I represent Arunachal Pradesh, the land of dawnlit mountains. Arunachal Pradesh, as you know, it is by nature pushed to the extreme east, northeast of India, and by nature of that existence of so far existence, it seems that we have always been deprived of many things from the rest of the country, and therefore we, after 3 days of deliberation, intense deliberation, we present to you as a state some of the important topics of concern for us, areas of concern for us. So I would like to begin with the first one being infrastructural development. Now when I begin with infrastructural development, what I mean is, in order to have a holistic development for a state, we do need infrastructural development. The economic development is primary, which is brought in through infrastructural development. As of now, we just are linked by an airport and one road coming through the various states, our friend states from the northeast. But Arunachal Pradesh, having borders with Myanmar, China and Bhutan, could have many other road connectivity as well.
Myself, Savananda Sonowal, Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh. Here, my first concerns. Yes, I'm from Assam. On environment protections. My first, Assam is unfortunately one of those few states which is every now and then visited by natural calamities. In recent July 2018, because of the lack of proper embankment in Lakhimpur was the district was most affected. Altogether, if you see there, 21,000 people affected in Lakhimpur, not Lakhimpur, and in Dhemaji, 12,000 people were affected, and 21 villages were submerged into the water, and 959 hectares of the crops have been damaged recently in 2018. That was only because of the not having a proper embankment. We have an embankment, but that embankment is not enough in the Singra River. Singra River is too large river, so we need a proper embankment there. That will not only protect the crops, cattle, houses, and public institutes in Assam. That will also protect the river protection. There will be a river protection. As we know, that because of the Brahmaputra and his tributaries, is affecting all over the villages in Assam. So this was my first questions. And in the case of environment, I would like to say that our government, Assam government, in every year we are planting 10,000 trees. 10,000 trees every year we are planting in Assam. So we are planning to increase the numbers. We are planning that around 25,000 we will like to increase in coming nearer future. So it will be better. It will be very kind if the central look on this. And now come to the infrastructure. Yeah, Assam is lacking a sound transport and communication system, both in railway and road transport facilities. In Assam, if you see an account of the railway, 3.6% of the total railway road length of the country. But in case of broad gauge, it's only 0.35%. Okay. Now, if you compare the length of 3.6 and with the broad gauge 0.35, because of the lack of broad gauge, the traffic is very high. The problem of traffic is very high. The people mostly in Assam prefer for the railway transport. They are not able to go in. Doesn't prefer to the roadway because the railway is a cheap way. So the congestion is there. So it will be better to expand the broad gauge or to convert the meter gauge into the broad gauge. This was the infrastructure. And also infrastructure, I would like to say on education.
Just finish your thought.
Can take 1 minute? Okay, in education, we are planning to make a MBBS college, medical college for MBBS, and there annually we will take 100 students each year. And also, I will skip this one. On base of security, and on security, if you say, as our minister has rightly said that in Assam, ULFA has been maintained. The insurgency problem is very low in Assam now. But we have to see for the prolonged period. In future, we have to see for that. If you see in case of insurgency, mainly the youth used to go in this line. Why? Because of unemployment. Unemployment is the main reason for the insurgency. So for the prolonged period, I would like to request the central government to look on this to generate employment in Assam. Thank you.
This is about the projects that Meghalaya, the state, is interested in embarking upon. We focus our priority on internal as well as external security, and so there are two sub-projects under the security spectrum. The first project is, of course, of fencing or properly demarcating the borders between Meghalaya and the country of Bangladesh, but not to block movement of people, but rather to monitor and also to support trade in a more legal way. Let's just put it as putting checkpoints, and at the same time near the checkpoints or in the close proximity of the checkpoints, providing trading centers and information centers, which would be quite helpful for parties from both the across the border. Added to this project is also a road line that would run parallelly to the fencing of this international border. This is to support the monitoring of the border. The second project is related to the internal peace, rather sustainable internal peace plan. And this project is identifying communities with their land and letting the community decide what they want to do with their land, but setting parameters, as in we don't want to lose our 70% of forest cover, and focus on sustainable activities. So we plan to create a triad of the state government, the consultants, researchers, and corporates, and the community. The three of them would sit together and work out a plan for their own local sector or land. This would involve modern methods of farming like aquaponics, hydroponics, vertical farming, and looking at construction and exploiting bamboo for advanced architecture, which is already being practiced in the countries of Indonesia. And this is also a two-pronged strategy, because apart from acquiring or achieving internal peace and security, we also achieve development through this project. And I think for the first 5 years, this would be our priority. Thank you.